Hola. As you can see in this bright light, I get extremely flushed when I exert myself in the heat. This is all pale and then just super red right there. Hate it. Thinking about on the run is I was running, I ended up running behind this guy who was running badly. And it would have been an easy recommendation to be like, hey, like this thing that you're doing, stop doing that. We call it a tail whip. It is doing you no good and most likely harm. And I was like, well, would I have to explain that I am technically a professional running coach? Would I have to explain how and why having that tail whip motion is bad? Or would he, be offended regardless? Even if I was just absolutely unequivocally right, would he just be like, hey, like, don't interrupt people? Because, like, I sincerely believe it is rude to talk to someone who has headphones in, barring an emergency. And then the question is, how much good am I doing if I correct someone's running form? Because he's not headed for an injury today, most likely, well, possibly, but he's headed for an injury down the line. Is it morally good to do the rude thing of interrupting someone when you have potential to save them from harm? Also, it takes balls that I don't always have to interrupt a stranger, regardless. I'm great now at answering questions that are asked of me. I've become good at being talkative in the professional setting and knowing that I have something to offer that is being asked of me. I also went on this rant the other day to a friend about how at work I'm careful to answer the question that is asked and then offer anything additional that's pertinent and useful. Because I have a coworker who I struggle to listen to parse what I need to hear, because he just throws random lists of shit into what he's saying. If if this conversation is like, hey, did you send that package out today? You will get a story about, like, that involves street names in Thunder Bay, that, like the sugar content of Coca-Cola and the weather of the last 3 days, and you will never even know if you got an answer to the question about the package. And yeah, so I do try and let people, like, I try and be useful for other people's sake, not for my own. Because it feels great. The friend I was talking to agreed that it feels great when you get to, as she put it, do the Care Bear stare and just go off about everything you know on a topic. Like what spawned that conversation was a customer at work asked me, can you just give me like running 101? And I was like, yes, I goddamn can. Let's do this. And I got to throw in, because all I think about all day is like, how much can I parse down great running advice for beginners to get from beginner to intermediate as quickly and easily as possible. So if someone's like, yeah, I have no idea what's going on, I can be like, bam. Beginner advice needs to be more about what you don't bother to include. It needs to be like these fundamentals that are bullet pointed so that beginners can actually remember them and understand them and utilize them, and not get overwhelmed or spooked or feel like it's hopeless and complicated. And that is my service to the world. That is the good deed that I can do every single day and not get tired of doing. Still kind of think, well, I still can justify not telling a stranger that their running form is doing them harm, but I don't know if I'm justifying it because I don't want to, because I'm afraid, or if I sincerely think, like, I'm the type of person if someone interrupts me, even for the best of reasons, I still get angry. that's kind of what I thought about on the run today. And even though I don't have any regular viewers, so this doesn't matter, I still feel compelled to say it. I haven't uploaded in a while, but I have been running. I still haven't run in my magic shoes because I still don't feel like I'm a good enough runner. Like I'm not in my fitness enough to get use out of them. So they're sitting under the bed until I feel strong and good, and that's why I've switched to running intervals these days. Because the start of the season, it's always my shin splints and my muscularity that I feel is my limiting factor. It's stopping me from running the way I want to, from running feeling the way I want it to. And now it's the cardio. And so I can't be running unstructured anymore, where it's like, yeah, I run like, hard for this part and I ease off as I get distracted and I take a walking break for a while because my chest feels tight, and then I pick it back up and I only run as far as I really feel like, blah, 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 blah. So down to a structure. I did 5x2 5 times, and I did a barefoot warm-up. I did 6 laps of the ball diamond barefoot before that. So good day of running on a very hot, very sunny day. And yeah. Also, eagle-eyed viewers, if I had viewers, would notice that, yes, I shaved my head and painted my nails. And you can't see it, but I got a fresh tattoo. Because last weekend, it was a pretty good weekend. That's that. As always, we'll end on cat. Kitty.